stunning start. It was people coming in your favor.
Thanks,
there,
guys.
as it looks like Dark Power is going to walk away with the Twitch chat prediction. Quarterfinal number 3, Dino Riders versus Dark Power.
They are going in here, and already Teamy's looking to get the initiation, finding a couple with the stun, shows in the follow-up there with the Wailing Blade. The heal already forced to be popped here, as well as Dark Power initiating hard, but there's the follow-up 2-man stun. Again, the Pooty Poots there, and it is Yikes who is going to drop there our first blood as well, and they're going to look to get even more here, as shows as the follow-up target as well. And now Alice is in full retreat. This combo is scary. Don't give it to people, because this is what happens.
And so now, with 2 kills going already into the hands of Dark Power, they've not only secured themselves a couple kills, they've just completely controlled the bottom side of the jungle.
They are now in a position where they can continue to snowball this early aggression. If they can constantly put it into a position where Dino Riders doesn't feel safe in their own jungle, that will drastically slow down this more. And if he never feels like he's safe, he's going to be saying yikes more times than one.
Positioning for both of these backline carries is going to be extremely important. It's very seldom that we see marksman versus marksman jungle. When it does come out, is a feat to behold, as the Dino Riders and Dark Power have elected to draft Morin and Violet respectively, as Dino Riders realizing they got behind a little early, so they need to reset. They need to have a little bit more defensive posturing, as CLZ is just going to be on the patrol duty.
I think it really comes down to, as well, how this Alice is going to play, because you're talking about the patrol duty here, and CLZ, his whole job is to keep everybody else safe, and that's a fun job if you're the support. At the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to for you. But we have this marksman v marks matchup, and that's something we will talk about as this game progresses even more. We now have Neo going in. The stun is there. The Dragon's doing a lot of damage. Good look to fighting it back, but it is Hoon who is going to fall, and we do have the Abyssal Dragon now in a good spot for the side of Dark Power to pick up if they should so choose, but they're actually looking to go get more kills.
You can't make half a decision. These kind of ins and outs of Dino Riders that they're doing is providing a disaster for them. If you put yourself in a situation where you do not fully commit, you're going to find yourself a difficult situation. However, they are able to get themselves a nice little recovery. They kite into their own jungle and allow the other members to follow suit, but so does Dark Power. The synergy is on their side. Shozen's able to pick up that really quick kill onto Dave, the double kill actually onto the Hoo-Hoo. It ends up being a 3-for-2 trade into the favor, but you have to talk about it. It has to be something you keep cognizant. 2 of those kills going into the hands of Lucifer's L'Oreal.
That was insane! Dino Riders surviving on what looked like single HP multiple times. That was beautiful play coming in from both sides, but it was Dino Riders, their ability to weave in and out of those fights, to constantly shift aggro, to pull the attention of Dark Power in different directions. The Crush was there just a moment too late to get that final auto attack, and all the while we saw the Lubu in a great position to get that damage, and they weren't respecting it, and Violet stepping too far forward, not quite yet at a stage where she can deal that critical damage. What great play coming out from both teams.
And so now, as we get ourselves a resource reset from both of these teams, it looks like Dino Riders want to get their next set of aggression. Neo, however, plenty of tankiness on that Teamy. He's going to be able to be great enough of a distraction to be allowing Dark Power to secure themselves their first Abyssal Dragon, the first of the game at the 4-minute mark. 3 members, meanwhile, of Dino Riders are floating towards this top side of the map because they want to try to open up the gates quickly. They want to eliminate this lane phase because things like this are happening on the other side of the map.
Oh yeah, both teams are deciding they want to exert some pressure, and both teams having success in their own right, but a kill and a tower going the way of Dark Power here, pushing in onto this Dragon lane, and Maple able to reset that aggression, able to halt, able to slow down the pressure that Dino Riders is bringing in, but they are still going to look to continue here. They are going to push into this tier 2 tower, and they will be successful. Nicely done from them.
It was a little bit of a base race moment. You can see Dino Riders understanding exactly they have the damage. They've got the auto attack ability of Yikes, so they're going to go on the top side of the map. Dave tries to get something, but we can see it looks like there's going to be around the Sentinel buff. Plenty of action across the board as the members of Dark Power have decided to join the fray. They lost 2 towers in the process, but lives they are wanting to claim. Yikes and CLZ aren't going to be able to get out alive. The Pooty Poots doing just enough. The fateful Flatulence will secure that double kill as Dark Dark Power rotates efficiently.
You have an AoE stun and a speed boost. That is the power of Teamy in this early game. Alice running for dear life, trotting away, but it is not nearly enough as we see Dark Power, the aggressors now. Dino Riders with amazing split push, able to get pressure across the board, but the retaliation from Dark Power is there, but now it looks like Dino Riders are going to look to go in.
The fight has not stopped just yet. 4-man ultimate coming out of ZK. Hoon is going to be able to join on the bottom side of the map as well. He's going to pop his ultimate, but he doesn't want to go into the ulted thresh. Maple is way too strong for him to handle. As the re-engage continues, I stand corrected. Maple falls. They cut down the tree of the fish himself as 4 make that 3 members of Dark Power fall. We saw this back and forth from both of these teams, but as a result, 6 minutes are there. 4 members were down, and as a result, Dark Slayer looks like it's to be taken next.
You gotta be careful though, it's pretty squishy still at this stage of the game, but we will have Lamorne who's gonna be able to rip that apart fairly well, but we actually have Neo once again going in, actually gonna try and force them back here. The Dark Slayer, they need to be careful, they're gonna try and snipe this out right now. What's gonna happen? The knockup is there! No, it is still going to go the way of the Dino Riders, but that was so very close. Oh no, Dark Power picking up a crucial kill though. That could have been so much work. The stun is going to the Wailing Blade, and we do see who trying to chase down Yex though there as well, but this Morn is now in full retreat. The Dark Slayer does go the way of Dino Riders.
They're still able to pick up the Dark Slayer. Dino Riders, while they faltered in taking too many objectives in the earlier stage of this by taking that tier 2 turret and not retreating appropriately, barely come out alive. This is 2 for 2 now that they found themselves an advantage despite the rotations from Dark Power. If Dark Power has the ability over the course of the rest of this game to tighten up some of those rotations and react just a little bit faster, death could be the disaster for Dino Riders.
It could indeed. Dino Riders, they're finding, again, both of these teams, we mentioned it before, they have these moments of brilliance where I just go, wow, this is a team that impresses me. The problem for them is that both teams are doing that. They are trading back and forth. Only 9 kills to 6, not a massive gold lead now for the side of Dark Power. Both of these squads showing why they are competitors. This is what I love to see. This is a great game. I'm expecting a 6 series from these squads.
6,000, make that 5,500 more accurately. Dark Power has the gold lead over Dino Riders, and Dino Riders, understanding this, aren't able to use this Dark Slayer buff to full efficiency because of the disadvantage that they have. You can see them playing in the wayside. ZK was trying to get himself a little cheeky play, but now Maple and Neo are going to end up joining the fray for this fight.
They're going in though, but the braces are returning on the back. This Hissy getting great value as well. They're trying to pressure in, the heal is going in, but there's the ult from Crash. The follow, the damage is all there, and that is the side of Dino Riders just evaporating. We see Dark Power lining it up. The Crash, the rolling wave, the tidal thunder coming in from the side of Dark Power.
4-man ultimate. Maple is able to throw Dino Riders into the wall and the follow-up damage to boot, and as a result, everyone loses their lives, sans ZK, but the towers will fall as well. All your base belongs to us. The members have respawned, but 2 high ground turrets have lost, but DKP is not finished yet.
They are trying to stand here. They go onto this core, but the retaliation, the respawn is there. And we do have Shows in the backline trying to fall up there, but he's going to drop as well. But the damage coming up from the side of Jin Arhoon is trying to step up, but he's getting so very low. And no, there's the drop. And we do have Violet looking to re-engage the back. This team is not deciding whether or not they can contest, continue onto this push. The high ground is there, and now they're maybe going to look to back up to reset on this. No, there's the lasso as well. Lucifer, the stun, the follow-up, the sunshine, and happiness. And that is going to be potentially a re-engage jump. What is happening?
The ultimate coming from Lucifer is exactly what's happening. He tries to get himself back. They trade the 1-for-1. A little bit of overzealous, cheeky plays coming out of Dark Power, but all the while, they still walk away with the victory. 9,000 gold is at their advantage. 2 high ground turrets, but more importantly, that core is down to 50% HP.
That is not a good spot to be in right now if you are the Dino Riders, considering you still have so many turrets up now for the side of Dark Power. You get a team wipe. If you recover, you still have a long way to go. However, Yikes on this Morn is still sitting in a fairly good spot. But Jump, there is somebody that we need to talk about. Somebody who's making the biggest plays we have seen on a hero that we know and love. And it's gotta be Neo.
Neo's teamy performances have been spectacular. 4, 2, and 9 is a stat line that you see on carries. It's not a stat line that you see on something like the support roam that we've seen out of Neo. He is not afraid to go into the back line. He is not afraid to finish off the kills himself. And at 10 minutes, it has been both Neo as well as the support of his team to back up his engages that have given them the lead that they have.
They have been able to chain their stuns so beautifully here, time and time again. And Neo is just walking in with impunity. That ring around him, that pooty poo, watch how fast it is back on cooldown. And he is basically using it on cooldown here. And the entire side of Dino Riders is just so afraid. He is so speedy. He is such a threat in these engages.
One fight could spell disaster for Dino Riders as Dark Power has super minions coming in 2 of the 3 waves. They understand this explicitly, so they're making sure that the waves are falling on the other side of the map. Dino Riders is going to have to make a last stand, but you can see their front line takes. ZK is already finding himself in a rough spot. Neo's going to try to get himself a little bit of an engage. There comes the stuns out of Maple. The fights have not stopped. Dark Power is on the assault.
They are going in right now. Dark Power finding Dino Riders in the back, going in onto the core. The Crash, such a huge factor here in securing the victory in game number 1 for Dark Power.
Dark Power indeed understands that it's May. May the 4th is not here just yet, but they certainly have the dark power of the Sith on their side as they take down the Dino Riders wholeheartedly in game number 1. It was a different composition that we are not as used to seeing. However, it was Maple and Neo and everything pulling itself together to create a well-rounded victory.
It was so excellent to see every single member of the side of Dark Power stepping up. And when you see the Teamy going in, the Ryoma following up, the Wailing Blade, the initiations, getting those picks in the early game, it's sick. And you see it transitioning into the late game when the Crest stands up. Maple went off, splitting the team fights beautifully. Every single time Wonder Woman tried to go in and get those big bracelets of submission, she got the huge shield on her team, she got the big stun. He was just like, nah, reset the